In this episode, we're going to be talking about marketing and how important it is. Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio. Thanks for joining us for another episode. This episode I put together because I wanted to talk about marketing, and I think the time is so relevant right now, especially in the midst of the Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather fight that's going to be coming up. First thing I want to say, though, is congratulations to Claressa Shields. She recently won the world title in what I thought was one of the most exciting female fights, especially of this year. It was a fantastic performance by Claressa Shields. Getting back to, the point at hand, which this episode's about. There's a lot of debate about the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight because about the legitimacy, whether it's a legitimate fight, whether it's a circus act. And the reality is that a lot of people are going to watch it. I don't know if it's going to be a sold-out event or not, but the athletes have a guaranteed amount of money. And why? It's not so much about this event. It's about the work that they put into their careers prior to this event. Boxing and sports is not just about the sport itself, but it is an entertainment business. You could be the best in the world, but if people don't know who you are, then you'll always struggle to make money. And I've said that time and time again. If only your mother knows your name, you're not going to make money in the field of sports or entertainment. And boxing is an industry like no other because you're not supported by a franchise. It is kind of almost up to the individual person. And not that every person has to be outgoing and calling everybody names. You should be who you are authentically. If you're not a trash talker by nature, don't do it. Don't start doing something that is outside of your character. But there are ways that you can capitalize on your personality and on your brand, even if you're not a trash talker. I'm not a person that talks trash about other people, but I do promote myself, as you see by the shirt that I'm wearing, promoting myself. I put a lot of investment into myself and my name, and that's how I've built my brand. But there's three things specifically that I'm going to talk about that you can look at, especially if you're an amateur that wants to make money, a professional fighter that is looking to make money, or somebody that is in the realm and wants to assist fighters in terms of breaking out and getting their name out there. One thing I see for a lot of fighters is their coaches will call the local media if they win. But sometimes to build a brand and to build popularity, you need to do that times 100. What do I mean by that? So in the United States, what's very popular is sports agents, public relations specialists, a publicist. And what do? They get they get the information about the athlete out there on a regular basis. These things are kind of, I would say, new to boxing, and especially new to Canadian boxing. But these are the investments that pay off the long term if you can make them, or if you know people that are willing to help you in those areas. I could say the amount of times on one hand that a fighter, their management, or promoters have contacted me with regards to a fight show or a fighter, looking to get some exposure out on that person. As I've mentioned in the past, I charge for articles because I view it as advertisement for the athletes in my magazine, and but I will do a feature on the fighter and provide photos if photos is what's needed. I've promoted to people before, get professional photos done. Utilize a photographer like Mark Ruddick, Pete Doherty, to get nice photos, action photos, still photos, posing photos done. It's worth the investment because you can use those photos for such a wide variety of marketing material in the future. So, what you're going to generate as a brand is going to be almost in direct relation to what you're willing to invest into yourself and how you're willing to promote yourself. So, I'll run down the basics of what the three occupations I mentioned do. So agents, public relations, and publicists. So just really quickly, agents, they try and secure sponsorship deals either through companies or investors, and that's something that either you can get a family member or a friend to do. If you have connections with businesses through family, it's a quick way to get that done. Public relations. Public relations is somebody that advises you on the best way to handle yourself and to talk. So for fighters, if you're going to the gym on a regular basis, but also because you're training all the time, that's where you're meeting potential sponsors. Carry a large number of hand wraps so that you have clean hand wraps every time you're training. The last thing you want to do is have your hands smelling disgusting from being in an old glove, or because you've reused hand wraps that smell disgusting, and then when you take those hand wraps off and wash your hands still smell, and then when you shake the hand of a potential investor or a potential fan, now their hand smells as well. You're going to lose that person, and I've seen that particular situation numerous times. Public relations is going to let you know what to have on your Facebook and what not to have on your Facebook. If you're an athlete and you're looking for sponsorship, you want to keep all your personal stuff off Facebook. I post multiple times a day. I'm probably one of the most active people on social media that I know, and you couldn't tell whether I was married or what I do personally, because I use it as a tool to brand and showcase what I'm doing as far as business goes. And lastly, a publicist. So a publicist basically puts you out there and introduces you to people to build your brand. Not necessarily to meet sponsors, but more to, say, introduce you to the media, book talk shows, television shows. When the local Rogers Television Network, they're always looking for kind of they're always doing free content. So if you approach them, you can usually get onto one of the local cable shows for free, or getting you as a guest on a YouTube channel, say my YouTube channel. So those are the different things that can assist you in growing your brand, making money. Because sometimes I see people come on and they're doing a GoFundMe, and they're not getting that much of a response. Well, everybody's kind of taxed to death in terms of giving donations and stuff like that when they're not getting something back tangible. But at the same time, if people know more of your story or know more of you as a person in depth, then they're more likely to invest or give or donate to you. So I've advertised in the past, DO, International Boxing Consulting. I cover that wide range of elements that all three of those occupations do, and I have the medium to do it through my show, through my magazine, and through the other means that I promote. So the opportunity is out there. You can do it paid, like what I offer as a service, $50 an hour, consulting, promoting, or you can get friends or families to assist you in that area. But on the heels of what's going to be probably the largest income generating sporting event ever, and we're living through that historic moment, I wanted to put this information out there and let you know that the opportunity to make money is out there for everybody. This money was out there. It didn't come from nowhere. So it's about marketing, it's about branding. Yes, it's about fighting as well too. You have to be able to back up what you say, but the marketing aspect is just as important if you're looking to make a career out of what you're doing. And especially as a professional fighter, it's prize fighting. The idea is to make money, get a prize. So for professional fighters, these things should be mandatory. I hope this episode was informative. Remember, you can ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO, through email okposio@hotmail.com, and don't forget to subscribe to get every episode of the DO Boxing Show. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.